This is the biggest fourth grade orchestra we have ever had in my 19 years in Westboro. There are at least 150 students on the stage. We're very happy to have them all, and they sound fantastic. I just also want to give a shout out to my co-teachers, Dr. Sulbaran and Mrs. Jaques, who are, we're working together as a team in the fourth grade. And the first thing we're going to share with you is a warm-up, which we do on open strings. Those of you who played a string instrument last year will remember the A string, the D string, the G string, and then the violas and cellos have one more lower string, the C string. The violins don't have that string, but they have a higher string, the E string, and you'll hear them play that at the end of the warm-up. We're going to do it two different ways. The first way will be stopping in between the different rhythms. We're doing 3 different rhythms on each of those open string cycles. First time we'll stop in between the rhythms, and then the second time we're going to try just going directly from one rhythm to the next. So here is our open string warm-up. That's a lot of sound when 150 people are playing on their open strings. So that's our bowing warm-up, because we weren't using any fingers to make different notes. We were just playing on our open strings. We have a second warm-up that's going to also warm up our fingers. It's a D scale, and we call it the backwards D scale because we're playing it starting on a high D and going down one note and one note and one note and one note until we get to our open D string. And we're going to do this 4 times on each note, 3 times, 2 times, and then just 1 time on each note. The backwards D scale warm-up. last year. For those of you who played last year, you'll remember that we played Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. The new thing for this year is that our continuing students have learned a harmony part for Twinkle, those ones who are continuing on violin and viola. Now the cello students all played a different instrument last year, so they learned everything all over again. They learned the melody all over again, and they learned the harmony part. And then we have a whole bunch of beginners with the purple folders back there who just started this year, who learned the melody this year, and they'll be playing the melody both times. You're gonna hear Twinkle 3 times. The first time, everybody's playing the melody. The second time you'll hear some people playing that fancy obbligato part that was like a teacher solo last year, and we have a couple students who are also joining in on that. We have some guest players from the 6th grade, some of whom are joining in on that fancy obbligato part. And then the third time we play Twinkle, most of the continuing students are going to be switching over to that harmony part I just told you about. Plus you'll hear the melody, plus you'll hear some students playing the obbligato. So the third time is like all the different parts combined. So enjoy the melody, enjoy the fancy obbligato, and enjoy the combination of everything the third time around. Quite different when we add the richness of having cellos with the group and having different instruments playing different parts. So in the 3rd grade, we played everything together, everybody playing the melody together, so it's a very strong unison sound. Unison means everybody playing together. And then in the 4th grade, we start experimenting with different instruments playing different parts. The next song we're going to play for you is called Frère Jacques, and you're going to see the difference between the unison and the parts playing, because we're going to play it different ways for you. The first time we play Frère Jacques, we're going to play it unison. That means the whole group playing the melody at the same time. And then Frère Jacques is actually meant to be sung or played as a round, which means one part starts first and then the other part starts. So the second time we play it, you're going to hear a part one group, being the violins, and then they're going to begin, and then after they start, you're going to hear the violas and cellos be a part two group, and because they're starting second, they will end the song for us. So first time unison, second time Frère Jacques in two parts. We were talking earlier about how, because we have such a full, strong sound, that the last note kind of carries in the audience for a while after, even after we take our bow off the string, there's like this lingering sound of the last note. Very beautiful. We have one more song on this part of the program, and it's called Old MacDonald Had a Bow. I know you thought I was going to say farm there, but no. So this is how our song goes. Old MacDonald had a bow, E-I-E-I-O. And with that bow, she played some G's, E-I-E-I-O. With a G-G here and a G-G there. Here a G, there a G, everywhere a G-G. Old MacDonald had a bow, E-I-E-I-O. When you hear the G's, which are not animals. Well, I guess technically we all are animals, right? But they're going to be represented by different instruments in the orchestra. And we tried to get as many different octaves of G's as we could possibly find. So the very first one is going to be the highest one. That's my solo. I get to play a super high G. And then some of our advanced players are going to play a G natural on their E string, followed by the violins, playing a G on their D string, followed by the beginners and the violas playing their open G string. And you probably guessed that we were leaving the lowest instruments for last here because we started at the top. The cellos are playing their open G next. And then to get one more G, we actually invited some 5th grade players in the front here playing an even lower G on the string bass. They just switched to bass in November, so they're our newest bass players in the orchestra program, and they're going to be featured at the end on the lowest G. So we hope you enjoy Old MacDonald Had a Bow. thank you to our bass players, Noel and Brian, for visiting just for that. Sometimes basses have not as many notes as the violins, but they're always important ones. So thank you for coming for that. So the whole group is going to play one more piece at the end of the program, but we have a couple of special features that we're going to stick in right now. We have an advanced group of fourth graders. These are students who have been taking lessons outside of school, who've been working on 2 extra pieces that they're going to share with us. And then our 6th grade group also has a piece that they're going to share with us. And I'll let the people leading that group introduce those songs.
Hi everybody, the advanced 4th grade group has 2 pieces they've prepared for you. The first one is a march by Telemann, and the second one you may remember if you've heard the chorus concert, which is called Cripple Creek. So we're really excited to play for you.
grade players perform a piece called Dance of the Tumblers. It's an arrangement of a piece by Rimsky-Korsakov from The Snow Maiden, which is very appropriate for this winter. This is a really fun, energetic piece. We hope you enjoy Dance of the Tumblers.
exciting piece, and it combines a lot of the techniques that we're just beginning in the 4th grade. Different bowing strokes, plucking, pizzicato. You might have heard that section that has still pizzicato in it, and lots of different parts all happening at the same time. Our grand finale for today's concert is going to be something that includes everyone. It's called French Folk Song. It's a beautiful traditional melody, and our group has learned the melody, and you'll hear everybody play the melody the first time through. The second time, some of our extra guests and advanced players are going to switch to the harmony part so that we can hear it in a more full version. So 2 versions of French Folk Song.